was beautiful. Thank you so much, Liz, for playing us into the room. And hello to everyone out there on Facebook Live and everyone in the Zoom room with us, the Daily Antidote of Song Day 10:1 I see on the Zoom screen. Woo! Happy day 10:51. It is great to be back here with you. And it's time to say hello. Hello to Joe Rossi. Thank you for bringing us together again for the 1051st time. Great to see you. Good evening, Liz. We look forward to singing with you. Anne in Nashville, Terry, Susan G, Susan in Seattle, hello to you all. Hello, Sheila in North Florida, Kevin in DC, Hoda in BC, Luda in Victoria, Jim in NYC. Hi, Sarah in Texas. Anne in Silver Spring, Maryland, just around the corner. Chuck in Detroit, Jackie in Baltimore, Kathy on her iPad, Becky, Trish, oops, got it, my phone. Curly Tops, hi. Hello to Jenny in Suffolk, UK, Amanda without Miles for now in Michigan. He's coming. Caroline in Boise, Gary Pausner, Delhi. Good morning to you all. Bronwyn in BC. Let's see who else. Oh, people are bouncing around. Aloysius, enjoying the beautiful, lovely weather wherever you are, it looks like. Linda in Orcas Island. Karen with that lovely backdrop in Oregon. Jean in Pittsburgh. Mabel and a bear in Massachusetts. Leah in Illinois. Martha Wagner. Oh, Larice Buck. Love sign behind you. Good morning to you. And several people off camera. Isabel Coots, Caroline in DC, Penny and Ralph, Annette in California, LMG, Fred Stolentz in Silver Spring. Oh, Phil's in the room. Oh my God, so many people are popping in. Linda, Cricket, I'll give you a goodbye on the way out. But we are going to, I'm gonna scroll back to the front here. So many people. And I'd like to introduce our song leader today and artist today and social justice activist today, Liz Ikamba. We are so happy that you are coming here from several hours from now, from my present, but of course we're all present together. So Liz is a British Congolese UK-based artist and who plays in the genre of Afro soul folk. Her work is they're inspired by Congolese folk music, and we're going to learn a song today with you. And of course, more about yourself where you teach us this great song. But I'm going to pass the camera on to you. You guys, we have a treat. We have a treat.
Thank you so much, Katie. Hi, everybody. Coming to you from the UK. So I've been linked up with Daily Antidote through a lovely mutual friend, who many of you will know in the form of Fran Andre. So Fran and I have worked together a little bit and sung together a fair bit as well. So yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to go straight into the song. We're not doing any Lingala today, but there's a bit of a flavour in the background there. This song is called Little Bird, and I decided on the theme of love to do this song because it's a song about hope and the return of spring. And I know February is always one of those months where we're all like just hanging on in there, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. So it's called Little Bird, and yeah, as the season of love, I thought it was appropriate to bring this song to you today. So we're going to learn it. It's got 2 verses, and after the first verse, you've got the lyrics come in there from Joe. Thank you, Joe. Let me just put those up so that I can be with you. Yeah, so first verse, it's super simple. Little bird, let me see your wings. Little bird, let me hear you sing. And with each word, little bird, oh, what joy you bring. So little bird, won't you let it ring? And we'll do that a couple of times or 2 or 3 times. see how we're feeling after that. And then the two refrains come in, which are kind of syncopated or interlocked together. One of them is for lower voices, one of them for higher voices. So we'll learn that as we come to that. And then the second verse comes in over the top of the two refrains. So you can basically decide between those three parts, refrain 1, refrain 2, or verse 3. And we'll do it a few times so you'll get to try the different parts on different rotations. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little background beat on here. Now, if you feel confident to, you can do the beat as well. So I tend to do a chest, click, clap, chest, click, clap. But it's quite hard to do that and sing sometimes, so you might want to focus on one or the other. Right, verse 1. Little bird, let me see your wings. Little bird, let me hear you sing. And with each word, a little bird, oh, what joy you bring. So little bird, won't you let it ring? And again. And little bird, let me see your wings. Little bird, let me hear you sing. And with each word, a little bird, oh, what joy you bring. So little bird, won't you let it ring? And again. Little bird, let me see your wings. Little bird, let me hear you sing. And with each word, a little bird, oh, what joy you bring. So little bird, won't you let it ring? I just want to change my view so I can see you guys. How are we getting on with that? Can I get a little signal, yeah? Okay, so let's go on to, I think everyone's happy. Refrain 1. The spring comes round again. The spring comes round again. The spring comes round again. The spring comes, and then refrain 2 over the top, higher. Again. The spring comes sooner or later. Round comes sooner or later. The spring comes sooner or later. Round comes sooner or later. The spring comes sooner or later. Round comes sooner or later. The spring comes sooner or later. Round comes sooner or later. The spring comes sooner or later. So you've got refrain 1 and refrain 2. Round comes sooner or later. The spring comes. And then over the top of that, we're going to do verse 2, which is a bit more of a mouthful, but stay with me. The spring comes sooner or later. Round it goes like this. The spring comes sooner or later. No need to wonder, no need to cry. The spring comes sooner or later, and you will be singing us back to life. The spring comes sooner or later, no need to wonder, no need to cry. The spring comes sooner or later, and you will be singing us back to life. The spring comes sooner or later, back to life. The spring comes sooner or later, back to life. Spring comes sooner or later. Comes back to life. Spring comes sooner or later. Let's try verse 2 again together. The spring comes sooner or later. No need to wonder, no need to cry. The spring comes sooner or later, and you will be singing us back to life. The spring comes sooner or later, no need to wonder, no need to cry. The spring comes sooner or later, and you will be singing us and singing oh. Verse 1 as well. Little bird, let me see your wings. Little bird, let me hear you sing. And with each word, little bird, oh what joy you bring. So little bird, won't you let it be? The spring comes sooner or later. Sooner or later, the spring comes round again. 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 That is Little Bird. Thank you so much. I'm enjoying seeing everybody waving and moving. Beautiful. Thank you.
Wow. That was great. The teaching turned into the song experience. That was really nice. Thank you. So, Little Bird, can you tell us more about your song and the lyrics?
Yeah, well, it kind of came around of its own volition. It was one of those really that just kind of popped out. And I think I was actually in the woods with a friend who lives in the woods. And it was just the perfect setting to have this kind of, it felt like a bit of a download, you know, that first verse came. And I ended up putting it actually to some guitar, a guitar piece that I'd started many, many, many years ago when I was first starting to play guitar. So I'll bring the guitar into it in just a minute as well. But for me, it's that little bird that's inside that wants to sing, that has been holding back for too long, you know. And it's also a song of hope and bringing us into that spring-like aliveness as well, and just remembering in the moments where you're kind of feeling the drag of winter, you know, metaphorically as well as physically, that the spring always comes round again. So it really like helps keep my heart going when I need it, you know.
Totally. I think even that phrasing of saying the spring comes around again instead of winter ends, it's just so much more like about movement and growth and change.
Yes, absolutely. It's focusing on the hope and the aliveness as opposed to waiting for things to end. Yeah, because that's always got to happen, hasn't it? For one to happen, the other needs to end. But seeing that as a hopeful thing is really important. It can be hard to do that sometimes, I think, the way that we're kind of trained to think.
Yeah, yeah. And you've been we were before the show started, we were looking for links for you because you are up to you're doing so much in terms of hope, especially in working, you know, with marginalized communities. Do you feel like sharing about that at all? I'm sure we'd love to learn more.
Sure. Well, for many years now, I'm obviously an artist myself and kind of make my own music, and I'm a visual artist as well. But for many years I've worked with various different groups. I particularly love working with young people and teenagers. And the most recent project that I'm working on actually is with teenagers who are from migrant backgrounds in the UK. So they might be first or second generation immigrant families, but they're kind of, based, like London based here in the UK. So they've got quite a lot of kind of cross-cultural influences and experiences in their homes, and yeah, using music as a tool to encourage leadership and kind of self education, I suppose, as well. Because I think for me, it's really important, like that whole kind of saying, it sounds really cliche, but it's so true, that actually you don't know where you're going unless you know where you've been. And I feel very privileged in a way, like because I was born in Congo, my father Congolese and my mother English, I have more of a tie to my Congolese roots. And actually, yeah, there's always lots more to explore, but I think there's something really important about being kind of rooted in some way, you know. And I think ancestry is a big part of that. And we all, you know, globally there is kind of issues with that because we're all moving around, and yeah, it's really important that we kind of keep telling our stories, you know. So part of this project will be about the kids telling their story in whatever medium that comes, whether that's music or film or poetry. Yeah, so that's going to be a really fun project. And work with various other groups over the years as well, adults with mental health experience, and adult refugees and asylum seekers as well. Yeah, so there's a lot going on.
Yeah. Hmm. There really is. Middle schoolers, though, whew, I work with elementary school kids, and I love it, and I can do it with my eyes closed. But like, oh my gosh, middle schoolers, whew, how do you do
Yeah.
it?
Well, I also love the younger ones because I feel like I'm quite a big kid myself. But I think that's also what helps with working with the teens. Yeah, it kind of strikes a bit of a balance because they kind of see me as a bit of an old lady, really. But then I've got this ability to kind of switch from being like this little kid to being like quite kind of a held presence as well. And I think they really appreciate that relatability, but then also that safety of having somebody who can actually hold them, but give them the freedom to be children as well. And I think once they're given that permission, then you often see them reliving years that they didn't necessarily get to live as well, because a lot of the teenagers that I work with have come from backgrounds where they've got behavioural issues or stuff going on in the family, mental health, so they've had to grow up really fast, you know. So yeah, giving them a chance to be kids again, really, and I get to do a bit of that as well.
So fun.
Yeah.
Is there a way we can see these projects, or like, will there be a or?
Well, it depends what these kids want to do with the media that we produce, because there is the possibility of, say, releasing a single. So one of the previous projects that I've done was with a charity called Big Leaf Foundation. Actually, a partnership between Big Leaf Foundation, who work with young asylum seekers, and I Speak Music, who also work with asylum seekers but more adults. And we released a single with them, with a group of teenagers, and actually that one was more of a cultural collaboration and fusion. So it was young asylum seekers from various countries from around the world, and we put them together in a project with young teenage British musicians, some of whom had been classically trained to a very high standard, and then many of the asylum seekers had come from places and cultures where they had music very much in the everyday, but hadn't necessarily had musical training. So it was really interesting to see them come together, and they created a single and released it and made some really strong, amazing bonds. Some of them stayed in touch still to today. So I'd be happy to share the link to that track. That's on Spotify, actually.
That was great.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's called The Colour of Life. Music is the colour of life. Yeah, I'll find it and send it to you, and then you can share it on Daily Antidote as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm sure lots of people are typing it in too right now. Music is the color of love. Reading.
The Colour of Life. The Colour of Life, I think it's called.
Right.
But it's by, if you look up I Speak Music and Colour on Spotify, I reckon it should come up.
And you're on SoundCloud, and we have a link for that we're going to pop into the chat too, so people can listen to your music some more.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a few tracks on there, and I'll have more coming out actually in May. I've got a EP, like a mini album coming out.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes.
we'll have to keep our eyes peeled, our ears peeled, our ears open. Before you sing your song, before you sing "Little Bird" again, can you talk a little bit about the beautiful wall behind you? Is that possible?
Oh, sure. Oh, gosh. Well, it's interesting that the EP's just been brought up because, so this is the Congolese flag on the side here. And then the other side, this is kind of like a bit of a collage assemblage of lots of images. Some of it's my own artwork, some of it's postcards and images. There's a kind of Virgin Mary there and pictures of my little sister and family pictures. There's some birds flying, the blue one just there. I think I'm kind of pointing to it. The light blue and the dark blue is a flock of birds flying there. So that was like a collection that I actually put together for an animated video that I've been working on for about the last year with an animator, which is going to be my music video for the lead track to the EP, which is called Mama. It's the first song that I wrote in Lingala, which is the main language in DR Congo. And yeah, a tribute to my late mum as well. So I kind of collected together lots of collaged bits and pieces, photos of family, and we've made that into an animation to go with the track. So that's a really amazing like piece of work that I'm very proud of that's going to be coming out alongside the EP in May. So thank you for asking. That was really lovely.
Meant to be. Well, thank you so much, Liz Ikamba, for being here and for chatting with us. Woohoo! Here comes the guitar, people. Okay, so take it away, and we'll get the lyrics back in the chat. And thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been lovely to be back as well. I did my first Daily Antidote in December, and hopefully there'll be more to come. Okay, so we're going to try it with the guitar this time. Hopefully everyone's got the parts enough that we can just like jam this one. Can you hear that okay? Little bird, let me see your wings. Little bird, let me hear you sing. And with each word, little bird, oh, what joy you bring. So little bird, won't you let it ring? I see your little bird there. Is it a swan? Oh, it's a heron. Is it a heron? I love it anyway. Little bird, let me see your wings. Little bird, let me hear you sing. And with each word, little bird, oh, what joy you bring. So little bird, won't you let it ring? The spring comes around again. Spring comes around again. The spring comes around again. The spring comes around again. The spring comes sooner or later. Around comes sooner or later. The spring comes sooner or later. Around comes sooner or later. The spring comes sooner or later. Around comes sooner or later. The spring comes sooner or later. Around comes sooner or later. The spring comes sooner or later. Around comes sooner or later. The spring comes sooner or later. Around comes sooner or later. The spring comes sooner or later. Around comes sooner or later. The spring comes sooner or later. Around comes sooner or later. The spring comes sooner or later. No need to wonder, no need to cry. The spring comes sooner or later, and you will be singing us back to life. The spring comes sooner or later. No need to wonder, no need to cry. The spring comes sooner or later, and you will be singing us, singing us. Thank you. I loved you've all got little birds.
So you would name an animal, we got it on our desk.
It's so good. I didn't realize there were going to be so many puppets on today. I feel like we need to start a new show here. So good. And bird backgrounds. Oh my gosh. Wonderful.
Great group.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me today. It's been beautiful to be back. What a lovely community.
Today is a wonderful, 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 wonderful day. Way to start. Some people are in the middle, some people are at the end of their day.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely made my day. So thank you all. Yeah.
And thank you to everyone who came in and joined us on Facebook Live. Be sure to come back tomorrow for day 1052. I don't know if there are any big Carpe Diem announcements, but thank you to Carpe Diem Arts for helping to make this happen, Joe, and I think there's still a StoryCorps thing that the StoryCorps links. Check those out as well, you guys, and see you here again tomorrow. I'll see you guys next week. But it was great to be here. So I'm going to say good,
So,
and I'm going to
Katie,
say
actually, can I just jump in quickly and just say we do actually have a community sing tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Please go to carpediemarts.org to look for it. We have four fabulous artists singing with us tomorrow night: Munit Mesfin, Emma's Revolution, Elise Bryant, and Hubby Jenkins, all singing with us tomorrow night for the February monthly community sing. So please join us for that. Link is in the chat here and in the comment section on Facebook Live. And Katie, thank you so much for fabulous hosting today. And can we all please give it up again for Liz? That was just so ridiculous. I told Liz during sound check I didn't want sound check to end. To keep going so I could just keep going. So thank you so much. I'm going to turn it back to Katie for the goodbyes. And Liz, we absolutely can't wait to sing with you again.
Thank you.
wow, I'm glad you mentioned that too, because that is a show you don't want to miss tomorrow. I'm sorry I missed it, and I'm glad you jumped in, Joe. Everyone, community sing tomorrow night. Okay, see you later. Goodbye again to Liz. Have a lovely evening. Thank you for being here. See you, Jackie in Baltimore, Jane in Texas, going back to you, and a goose, I believe. Okay. Ooh, haha. Linda in Concord, Massachusetts, Jenny in Suffolk, Annette in California. See ya later. Cricket, Linda on Orcas Island, Anne in Nashville. See you soon. Susan G, see you soon. Thank you for coming in today. Susan in Seattle, and Sheila with the Sandy Cranes in the background. See you soon. Kevin in DC, great to see you. See you soon. Hoda in BC, it was great to be making rhythm with you. Sometimes I look to you, was like, oh, am I doing the right? Thank you for being here. Luda in Victoria, BC, good to see you. Sarah Page in Texas, Anne in Silver Spring, Chuck Hakeem in Detroit, Kathy's M's iPad. Becky, thank you for coming today. See you soon. Trish in Victoria, goodbye. See you later. See ya, curly tops. Oh, here popped one up, another curly top. Goodbye. Have a lovely day. See ya soon. Amanda and Miles in Michigan. See you real soon. Goodbye, Carolyn and Boise and the little boys. See you soon. Bye, Gary Pausner, Martha in Oregon, Nancy and beautiful cow, Bob, he made it, and another bear, and Mabel, and the original bear. Goodbye. See you guys later. Leah in Illinois, thanks for coming in. Phil in Totnes, UK, so good to see you. Have a good evening. Julie in Ontario, Canada, hello. Lovely kitchen. Have a nice day. Goodbye, Kate Galloway. Love those Valentine's decorations. Lynn and Cliff in Vermont. Lovely ceilings. On to page 2. Martha in Oregon. See ya. Bob, see you. Aloysia, see you. Joe, there you are. Thank you, Joe. And Penny and Ralph in Victoria. Thank you, guys. See you later. Diane Weinstein, good to see you. See you next time. Jamie Dundas in Victoria, goodbye. And everyone off camera, I think I said bye to everyone here. Oh, Marcia Dale, Jean in Maryland, LMG, Lynn, good to see you. Isabel Coots, Carolyn in Boise, Gary Pausner, Leon in Illinois. Yeah, okay. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for coming in today. Great.